Okay, this is it, the final episode of the Pompey series. We're going to win the Papa John's Trophy final today. Hopefully we've got Bradford City. They're a League 2 team, so that's a pretty good result. That's probably going to be much easier than a lot of those under 21 teams that I had to face, and Plymouth, who are really fighting out with me for League 1. So I'm also going to do an end of season. We'll look at what happens at the end of the season. Plymouth are fighting out with me. Currently they're 4 points ahead as we head into this EFL Trophy final. I'll show you what happened since the last episode. We did drop 7 points behind. They dropped a few points. We've had 1 or 2 dodgy games, but at the moment, it's 4 points in it and about 5 or 6 games to go in the league. So the first match after that Papa John's Trophy final was a match against Cheltenham, and they put themselves 1-0 up within 1 minute with a flapped ball by Griffiths landing on the head of Ab's head, and he put it away 1-0. In the 60th minute, we went 2-0 down. Williams putting it across the Brown, and we are now 2-0 down in the tie. And it was a very, very late recovery. 84th minute, Ogilvie gives it to Graham. Nice ball across to Knight. And then right at the death, 87th minute, a corner whipped in, and at the back post, Pollock hits it away, 1-2-2. So we just about scraped through with that match. Cheltenham were probably the better team, but it keeps us in the race for the title. A draw is not the best result. Plymouth can pull away from us a little bit there. In fact, they have pulled away. They're now 7 points ahead in the league table. And then we had this FA Cup match against Fulham, and this was an exciting game. 4 minutes in, we took the lead here. Koroma comes deep, Sidajan, and he's going to play a ball all the way out wide to Vilka, who cuts it back inside to Cafu, plays it across, Knight puts it away, and we were 1-0 up in 5 minutes. It felt like dreamland. Fulham were a Premier League opposition. In the 5th round of the FA Cup, we were the only League 1 or lower team left in the competition, and we just taken a 1-0 lead. Fulham did have their chances. You're going to see a good penalty shout here for Andreas. I think it's actually a really good slide tackle from Pollock, but Griffiths picks it up, and this is going to launch a counter-attack now. Cafu picks up a lovely ball, sweeping over the top, and the Knight just runs past the keeper, a really tight angle, tucks it in, nice little tap in. 2-0, we're leading within 40 minutes. This feels like dreamland for those Pompey fans against Fulham. But it was short-lived. In the 22nd minute, the Fulham defence won it back. They play a long ball forward here, and Wilson and Babu link up nicely to free up a little space. Forward ball to Andreas Pereira, plays it across to the back post, where Mana Solomon is there to tap it away. We're still 2-1 lead, though. We were still 2-1 up, but there's always a risk when you're playing a Premier League team like Fulham. Solomon here drives away. He does lose the ball. We win it back momentarily, but Cafu just dwells on it a little bit too long, and he's a little bit scrappy here. Eventually, Fulham come away with it. Robinson goes forwards with it, and he's going out on the wing. He's a bit quicker than my right back, and he tucks it in, and there's Andreas Pereira to smash it away. Actually, it was a really well-placed cross onto Andreas Pereira's feet, because that box was busy by that point. So we're 2-2 in the tie. Here, a bad clearance again. Solomon's going to take it wide. It's going to cause more problems for us. You see the ball comes across. Reed picks it up. He's going to make a lovely effort here. It just comes off the bar. We've got away with that one there. A corner here for Fulham just in the second half. The ball comes in. Again, Solomon. It loops up in the air. And then it hits the post. Cleared. It's really close stuff for Fulham. They must be kicking themselves with the wasted chances. Another corner, and this time they do put it away to make it 3-2. Mana Solomon breaking the Pompey hearts. I thought we were going to get into the 6th round of the FA Cup, but it wasn't to be this time. I think the 5th round is a really solid run for a League 1 team, and a match like that against Fulham, we definitely gave them some troubles. For the first 10 to 15 minutes, we were the much better team. We had 60% possession in that match as well. So it was a really good performance against a much higher league opposition with much better players. So I'm pretty happy with that, even if we did eventually lose 3-2. Good day out for the whole family at Fratton Park. Then we start to pick up some good points in the Premier League. We did go 1 down to Cambridge here to this penalty, but we brought it back. Vilka played a ball forward. Pete Harris, just on the end, taps it past the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, Pete Harris is, of course, cup tied for those Papa John's matches, but we can use him in the league and get the other guys into the Papa John's Cup when they're a bit rested. Pete Harris with another goal there, 81st minute. That just about steals us the win at the end of the game. Against Sheffield Wednesday, also you can see here, it started building off a set piece. Swanson actually hits the underside of the bar. Radjit heads it in, and then later on in the game, Cafu was brought down there. That was probably a good call for a penalty. But Ogilvie keeps going, and Pete Harris heads it in, and that's 2-0. That's a nice result against Sheffield Wednesday. After that, we had Forest Green Rovers. This was unfortunately offside. I don't know how it went to offside, but Morrison, I think, was offside there. It was only a few minutes later when we did get that first goal. You can see here, Pack pass it forward to Knight, Pete Harris, Cafu. They're all linking up really nicely. A little tap on for Knight. He was just quicker than the defender, but he gets back the defender. Koroma, we recycle it on the edge of the box here. Pack taps it in, and Koroma from that tight angle, they love shooting from that tight angle, makes it 1-0. So that own offside goal. Doesn't matter now. We're 1-0 up. Just play it around the defence. We've sat very, very deep here. But leaves us lots of space to move it forward. The defence is still sat very deep. But Pollock puts it forward. Ogvili. And then Mingy picks it up. Pack a ball out wide. Karoma's got quite a lot of space out on that left wing. And a nice ball inside. And Knight just taps it away from his defenders. But he's taken it too far wide. Back to Ogvili. And then the lovely cross onto Cafu's head made it 2-0. And Cafu nearly added a second on the 40th minute here. Rafferty deep, putting it forward. Cafu just sneaking in. But for some reason he's offside. I don't know if he is offside there. That looked really, really tight. I wonder if one of the other players called him offside. But it didn't matter too much because just before half-time, we pick up the ball out on the wing here. Pack plays a lovely ball over the top and Koroma is in to slot it past the keeper to make it 3-0. Fortunately, they score from the kickoff. They get one back just before half-time. Still from the kickoff highlight. It's a little bit scrappy. The ball's passed around quite a lot. But then look at that. 3 Forest Green Rovers in the box, almost unmarked. It's an easy tap away for them. And it's 3-1. But we're able to seal it early in the second half when a lovely ball over the top falls to the feet of Cafu and he just taps it away. 4-1, we beat Forest Green Rovers. Much like Forest Green Rovers, Bristol Rovers weren't much of a challenge. Cafu here just scrapping through to put the ball away to make it 1-0 on 11 minutes. And then just after half-time, Sidjan plays a lovely ball through here. And again, the defence for Bristol Rovers just can't deal with the players properly, clear the ball properly, and we just tap it away. That time, Josh Koroma getting the goal, and it finished 2-0. Finally, a match against Port Vale. Right here, Massey just gets the wrong side of my defence, puts the ball across, and Butterworth smashes it away in the 21st minute. But it's not too hard for us. Ogvili gets a goal back from a lovely, lovely free kick. Him and Pack have been scoring some fantastic free kicks this season. Knight just running into the box in the second half. Goalkeeper Stevens saves it, but he just drops it at the feet of Koroma, who can tap it away. And towards the end of the game, we've got Knight out in that wide position again, but he hits the ball back to Pack, and the ball's in the box with Koroma now. It's passed around a little bit and it finally falls to the feet of Cafu, who gets another goal. He's scoring loads since he joined us. So that brings us to the final versus Bradford City in the Papa Johns. This is the formation I've decided to line up with. So Cafu, who's been pretty lethal recently, and Koroma out on the left. I've gone for Knight and Sidjan in the middle. We're packing behind. Pack in that deep line playmaker has been pretty useful for supplying balls to those balls in more forward positions. We've got Mingy in just behind him. Unfortunately, Leva left his loan because he was loaned from an American team, so his loan actually ended earlier in the season than most of the loans, so we've lost him. But we've got Ragat, Pollock, Swanson and Ogvili in the defence for today. So Bradford's a League 2 team. We should be able to dispatch them without too much problem. This is the first highlight in the game. It's coming at 17 minutes. And we're just watching Bradford pick up the ball a bit here. It's going end to end. Rajic's just picked it up. Pack. Ogvili. Nice ball through to Koroma. Now, we've seen a few highlights like this where we've scored. Pack has lots of space. Oh, he's done it again. He's scored a few wonders. He's got to be up for goal of a season, surely, with a couple of these long-range belters. What a finish from Marlon Pack. You can just see how Koroma cuts it back to Ogvili, hands it off to Pack, and he's got a bit of space. If he doesn't have space, he normally passes it off because the defender pulls to him, and then it frees up those strikers. This could be the first chance for Bradford. They haven't had a chance yet. Griffiths meets it. We have conceded a couple of those corners. You saw one, of course, when we played Fulham a minute ago. A long ball forward from Griffiths has fallen to the feet of Knight. Now, Sidjan, these shadow strikers are sat very deep right now. Pack has lost it, though. And a through ball here to Pereira. Oh, Griffiths didn't quite get there, but we got lucky. A throw in for us deep in the Bradford half. Sidjan has... Did he just meg the player? I think he did. I don't think the player was happy about it. He's going to get a card here. It's only a yellow, but that's a dangerous free kick. We want to get this onto Rajit on Morrison's heads. Rajit is at the back post. There we go. Pollock, sorry. I wanted... Morrison's not on today. Rajit is on, though, and he gets the header, and that is 2-0. I mean, look, there's no one even marking him. The player's not looking at him. He's just running backwards towards him. Doesn't even jump for it. Way too easy for Rajit to score that. We've gone in a half-time at 2-0, which is more than I can ask for, really. It's pretty happy with that. Just passing it around the defence. It's steady. We're not losing the ball. Forward to Koroma. And then just a safe ball back. No risks, no unnecessary risks in the back line, which I quite like. I've seen more of this since the update. Lovely ball over the top to Cafu. Ball across. Koroma does... Oh, double chance for Koroma there. He's unfortunate not to score. The keeper just about kept his dignity. He dropped the ball off the first one, but he did well to get across to it and across to the second one. We're going to get another chance here now. Pack, and then Cafu's picked it up outside the box. Knight, that's going to be a penalty. Wait, what? Okay, there's going to be a card here. I don't know which way it's going to go. I think they're getting carded. It's a red card. It's a red card for them. I've got to check that again because there were a few tackles flying in there. So I've slowed it down here so we can get a better look. So the ball is played through by Cafu. There's a tackle there by Odeshina who gets it. Koroma then slides in. Oh, but it's this one, the Sutton one, that's the foul that gets the red card. So he wasn't even on a yellow. There were a few players in there on yellows. That was really interesting in how that was the one that was called out and not the two just before. Now Pac's got a really dangerous free kick position here. This is lethal from this range. Straight into the wall. The time has been ticking away since that red card. We've not had another highlight since. I think it's just going to time out. Bradford haven't even had a chance. That was it. We didn't get a highlight since the red card. The last 40 minutes were nothing. But it means we win the Papa John's. I'm too distracted. We won the Papa John's trophy. I forgot that we're trying to win the trophy here. That was the final. It just sort of ended because nothing happened for ages. But yeah. I can get myself some pizza now. We can get ourselves some pizza. We can get ourselves maybe an FMFC shirt. We can go get ourselves some maybe tickets to the Papa John's final. I'm going to enter this as my entry into the competition. The details are down below if you want to get into this competition and give it a go yourself. Don't win ahead of me though. If you do, let me know and let me know how it was. What did you win if you did win something? Comment down below. So we did it. We won the Papa John's Trophy final. Now we're going to go ahead and see if we can win League One as well. We are 4 points behind Plymouth right now. So this is how League One is currently looking. You can see we are 4 points behind Plymouth. We've got 2 draws where they've got 2 wins. There's 7 games to go, so not many games left. We haven't got to play Plymouth, luckily. But they did drop points a game or 2 ago against Bolton, which is beneficial to us. But their games left aren't too difficult. They got a lot of easy games. So fingers crossed they drop some points. We'll be looking at automatic promotion, I imagine. Anyway, we're 4 points ahead of Ipswich. But it is going to be tight. We should have playoffs. It's not guaranteed just yet. So these are the matches I have left. MK Dons, Morecambe, Shrewsbury, Oxford, Accrington, Derby and Wycombe. So join me at the end of the season where I show you how we get on. So I'm here at the end of the season and you can see we've had decent results since that final. You see a 2-0 against MK Dons, 4-0 against Morecambe, 2-2 with Shrewsbury and a 3-3 with Oxford, which are a bit annoying. Those could have been turned into wins. 6-0 against Accrington, a 0-0 with Derby, and then 5-1 with Wycombe. So when we win with like quite a few goals. But there's a few too many draws in there, and it's left us, as you can probably see at the top here, second. Now, if you want to, I'm not showing you all the games. I did record this already, and then I don't know what I did with it. Something went wrong with the video file. So we're just going straight to the end of the season. You can see anyway, Plymouth beat me by 3 points. So we knocked them out of the Papa John's Trophy. They got the champions spot in League One. But we did get ourselves promoted, which is pretty positive. We're only 3 points off them. I'm not far off their goal difference. Either 4 goals off from the goal difference. So 1 or 2 results different might have changed that throughout the season. But that was it. Plymouth beat Portsmouth. The Dockyard Derby, as it's been termed by the media nowadays, resulted in Plymouth winning. They did drop a few points in those final games, but not as many as me, and they probably needed a loss in there for me to actually catch them up. In fact, they lost to Morecambe, which was a team that we beat quite well. So that was my path to win the Papa John's Trophy. We did win it. Thumbs up. We didn't do anything else in the save. We got a decent FA Cup run. We did get Portsmouth promoted as well, which is pretty good. And if you managed it, let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you won anything in the competition, let me know what you won. Keep an eye on FMFC. They have lots of prizes on there all the time. I think there's a signed Kevin De Bruyne shirt on there at the minute, which looks pretty good. Talking of shirts, I'm going to let the YouTube algorithm decide what the next video for you is going to be. It could be one about shirts. Could be one about... Talking of shirts, I'm going to let the YouTube algorithm decide what video you're going to view next. It's going to appear here. It could be one about football shirts. I do a few of those, but it could also be one about FM23 tactics, an experiment perhaps. What is it showing you? Give it a click. Go on. Give it a click.